Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Patscorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do is LB, Lauderdale Boss, Shutterworth da Gawd, GOAT artist, Soul Wars creator, Ring Gang in the building.
Rain Gang in the house, as always, man. Yes, sir. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What up? What up? You already know what this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Boxing in the building. Let's get it.
Hey, straight from the sewers, Bodega P. That's what it is. So yeah, we had we had an interesting week of boxing to discuss. Pretty much 3 different cards and whatnot. The first one up to bat was on DAZN, where the consensus number 1 super middleweight in the world, the WBA Ring Magazine super middleweight champion, Callum Smith, was putting his belts on the line against John Ryder. To say the fight now, just the fight on paper, I mean, Callum Smith is a big motherfucker for 168. He's 6'3". He looks like he cuts a shitload of weight. And you have John Ryder, who's a short 5'7", 5'8" cat, and Callum Smith has an 8-inch reach advantage. So I'm thinking to myself, Callum Smith is going to destroy this cat. That didn't turn out to be the case. In fact,
Far from it.
I mean, it was. Now, Callum Smith. I won't say he's always blown hot and cold. Like sometimes he'll just play it safe or whatever. I mean, a couple of his fights in the World Boxing Super Series, with the exception of the final, were him just doing enough to win, but not really struggling. And then pretty much from there, I mean, I think after Super 6, he fought in Dom, which was pretty much a gimme. And then,
like the Ryder fight was supposed to be,
a gimme. Yeah, exactly. It was basically, it was not a fight that it was a fight that was supposed to be an unofficial quote unquote audition, for Canelo fight at 168.
Career mode fight, let's call it what it is. It's underwhelming as fuck, and obviously Smith ain't get up for it, just how like the fans ain't really get up for it.
Right, yeah, because the first couple of rounds was boring, like with the capital B, and because it was boring because Callum Smith, he didn't seem to be interested in the fight. And for real, I thought he actually may have overtrained because he was fighting like a damn mummy. Like everything was just so slow, and then
real lethargic, like almost as like maybe even worse. Maybe because
I don't think lethargic is the right word. I don't think lethargic is the right word for that. That was like. Fuck.
Yeah, nigga, I was watching the shit for a hot minute.
I mean, he was looking lethargic, like he didn't have like no snap, like no. It's like the whole Golovkin Derevyanchenko vibe, like just. And even then, it's like he barely threw hard punches like that.
No. And what he couldn't keep dude off him, like Ryder was bullying him around the ring, and then
out jabbing him.
Yeah.
Snapping his head back with the jab, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Ryder eventually started putting hands on him. Like it was.
Yeah.
Like
he was in his face the whole entire night, in his grip.
Yeah, there was no question about it. Like pretty much not outworked him, outfought him, outboxed
him, and the thing is like Callum Smith, for the sake of argument, he did keep it competitive. I would say for like a good 8 rounds. When I mean competitive, like he was trying to fight back in parts, in spurts where it looked like Ryder was trying to just, have his way with him, and Callum Smith had to remind him like, look, hey man, hold on, I'm the champ here, I'm the dude, and he would land, he would do his thing a little bit, but like I didn't think Callum Smith landed a good punch until like the 5th round, like.
Yeah,
he landed a big shot in the 5th round, and I was like, damn, that's like the best punch of the fight so far. But damn, you don't land a good punch into the 5th round, and you fighting pretty much a midget. I mean, you 6'3". I mean,
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was just awful. Like I was just like, whatever he was doing to get a Canelo fight, either he was playing that way just to just say, okay, Canelo may get him because Canelo be like that, or it's just like, no, there was no heat. This guy was boring. He didn't get rid of his opponent. We need to, we're gonna pass on him. Gelfand did himself no favors because he was like the one super middleweight that didn't have a very noticeable struggle until last weekend.
Yeah, it's like his record was clean until until now. Now it's like, okay, yeah, dude, the jury's out. Hold on, we got to investigate you a little more. Like, hold on.
Yeah, because now of course I'm seeing the overrated stuff. Overrated like this dude. Now Canelo can do this. And like I said, he did himself no favors.
No, he might have did himself a favor if he gets to fight,
Yeah.
We know how all these boxers are like part-time managers and fight pickers and all this shit. They don't just box.
Yeah, they gotta do all the stuff. And then, but what was more disgusting were the scores for this fight. Now,
oh Lord, don't get me started.
Yeah, I had
because it was real bad.
Yeah, I had the fight 116, 112 for Ryder because it was that type of fight. Ryder clearly won 8 rounds. You can go
Agreed, bro. I had the same scorecards as you. Like after from the 9th to the 12th, it was just like Ryder the rest of the way. Like it wasn't even, you could give Smith 4 rounds of those first 8 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even 5 if you're, if you really kind of pulling for him. But yeah, I don't think he won more than 5 rounds, and that's pushing it.
Exactly. And
so to hear he got 117, 111, what in the fuck?
Yeah, like when I heard that, I'm thinking, okay, maybe because you could see at 117, 111 maybe for Ryder. That might be a little bit generous, but I wouldn't mind it. And then you heard the 116, 112. It's like, okay, yeah, we got the new champion.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they announced him as one. I was like, ooh, no, nah, I don't believe that's right.
he looked bad. Like, honestly, they could have made the fight a draw. Yeah, and it would have still looked like a gift to me.
Exactly.
It was that bad. Like, I honestly felt like he looked worse than Munguia did against Hogan.
Yeah, at least Munguia, even when he was getting his ass whooped, like he wasn't taking that ass whooping, like he was fighting back.
Yeah, Munguia was dying hard. Like at least for every 3 punches Hogan would land, Munguia would at least land one good one back.
Exactly.
And he wasn't getting pushed around and bullied as much as Smith, and the size advantage was bigger in the Smith fight. Like, dude, come on, man, no fucking Sentinel is supposed to be getting pieced up by fucking. Name the weakest X-Men. I'm just saying, bro. Like, I can't even think of one right now. What, Jubilee?
Jubilee, yeah.
Dazzler? I don't know. That's how it was. Dude had him on the ropes. He hit good body shots. He worked the head, up and down, everything. It was just an all-out good performance. After the 6th round, it's like Ryder kind of turned it up, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, it was his.
Yeah, man. I felt for him, man, because I was like, it's not that, even if it was maybe you give him a 115, 114, something close or whatever. Granted, it still wouldn't lessen the blow that much, but it was just okay. But the judges were just like, nah, bro, this dude can't be out here winning, man. We got money to make. Let's just agree on some rounds that he may have won, and then give the shit to Callum and let them figure it out.
And then the announcers really were trying to make it seem like it was a close fight like that. Mm-hmm. That's the shit that got me. They was really trying to make it seem like Smith won by a couple rounds. I just didn't see it. This is one of the times if y'all would have just used the PBC faithful draw, I kind of would have just been like, yeah, okay, like at least let Ryder get a rematch or a bigger fight down the line. He's earned it with that performance, but flat out rob him, nah.
Yeah, that kind of hurt to see, man. Because like I said, Ryder deserved his day in the sun, man. Like he should have been the new WBA super middleweight champion and a new player in the division. So
they robbed him, man, of that, and he had a good performance. He did what like all you boxers out there, y'all always, you know, y'all talk about, you know, it's hard to fight tall people, and yeah, Smith wasn't looking his best, and you know, Ryder, you know, fought above his level, but you know, that's what you're supposed to do. But what I'm saying is, like, he was doing the basics for trying to fight a, you know, boxing a tall guy. You know, he was moving his head, he was jabbing with him, had his hands up, he didn't have his hands down. Using angles, darting in and out, pivoting, making sure, you know, you lining up body shots. It's like he did everything you're supposed to do. And I just hate to see a guy not get awarded for that.
Right. Yeah, it was just like, man, and like, I mean, you could tell like the reaction was just like, even the reaction, they were just, like, they couldn't believe what those scores were. Like, it was just like, yeah, you'd hate to see. I mean, I know robbery is just it's an overused word in boxing these days, but honestly, that's what it felt
too
like.
Many of them. That's why shit. We can't help it. That's like saying, man, y'all say racism is too much. Like, shit, it is.
Yeah.
if you experience it every day, what can you say? Like, if you see boxing robbery every fucking weekend,
right.
We can't help it. You just like with the fucking draw. Like we was getting a draw in boxing damn near every weekend.
Facts.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it was tough, man. I mean, Callum Smith, I mean, I'm hoping that whatever this performance was, I mean, I don't know if it's weight related or he just couldn't get up for the fight or both. But yeah, he needs to get his ass off his shoulders and realize that he just made himself a target for anybody, you know.
That might be a good thing. It might be a good thing, man, because all this time when he was looking solid, you know, no one wanted smoke for him. Now we'll see. And the 168 is looking like the struggle division of the year, though.
Yeah.
Like no one's really setting that division on fire this year. Like,
yeah, no, like, I mean, we have David Benavidez, although winning the belt back from Anthony Durrell didn't look too good.
Yeah, he didn't.
We have Caleb Plant, who's fucking around, like, after taking a beating from Uzcategui in his title win, a bad one, he's fucking around.
Nah, but wait, hold on. Caleb Plant had to let I mean, you be getting on that performance a little too hard. Like
no, nigga, because he guys ass whooped in the second half of the fight, nigga. That's why.
But he won that shit clearly.
He won. I did say that. I mean,
he faded,
but he guys ass whooped, and because
but he dropped dude twice too. Like,
yeah, early.
I guess the point I'm trying to make is that performance is pretty much the best performance in the middleweight division for the year. And even with that said, that wasn't a great performance.
Right, and then Caleb Plant right now is fucking around with Mike Lee, and now the shot version of Angulo now coming up. And then we have Billy Joe Saunders, who looked horrid. You know, he looked bad in this 168 debut when he actually won the belt, and he looked horrid.
He ain't looked he ain't looked that bad. Like, he looked average. Like, bruh, like he looked like regular Billy Joe. It's just, I think he got hurt once. And
he basically wildered himself out of that situation. that's basically what it was, you know, because the fight.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
I mean, I was talking about the other fight. Like he just got hurt once in that fight, but he still outboxed him. Like, this fight, I legit thought he looked worse. Like, he really struggled.
Yeah. A lot.
So yeah, he did have to wilder himself out. And Caleb Smith, we seen what happened with him. So yeah, he looked good in down performance, but you know, he couldn't keep that energy in the Ryder fight. So 168 just ain't really been looking hot this year.
Yeah, no,
it's been struggle performances.
Right. So even more effect that both these champions need to start facing each other like if we want something to happen in this division, you know, better fights need to be made before one of these fighters does actually get upset and lose their belts. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even want to see, like, me personally, I'd rather see Smith and Saunders fight, and then the winner get a Canelo or somebody else, or Jacobs or somebody. Like all this is becoming too apparent. Like guys getting these big fights after a bad performance. Like Saunders and Smith just had some average ass performances. Let them unify. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, let them make some buzz in their own division.
Well, Benavidez already has a mandatory that he has to take, the Yildirim fight, which is probably going to be, I think, either January or February, whatever. So, I mean,
that could be a decent little scrap, too.
Yeah, but yeah, the rest of them, yeah, no. I mean, Caleb Plant doesn't have a mandatory. He doesn't have a 1 or a 2, not rated. So that's why we're getting a quote unquote Angulo fight from him. Yeah, no, right? So yeah, 168 is just it's a nightmare right now, and maybe at some point it will turn itself around. But right now, all the champions are vulnerable.
And see, and that's the thing. Like all these hot and cold seasons for these fighters, man. Like these promoters, man. Y'all have to keep your guys busy in meaningful fights consistently. They shouldn't have a year where they fight twice and both opponents are just some underwhelming, I could barely get up for these guys. There's not enough money for Ricky Hatton to lead a pub type of fight. Like, come on, man. There's no excuse for a guy like Callum Smith who came into the year with momentum, so much heat on his fight with George Groves. That was, a damn good fight last year. Like,
right.
It's hard I don't even want to say fight of the year candidate because you had so many of them last year. So, and they were spread out throughout the year. So it's crazy that he comes in and now he has this type of ho-hum lackluster year. Billy Joe has the same type of year. Like, come on, like, get these guys in some bigger fights so these guys could be up for this shit, man.
Right.
These damn, hot and cold. I'll be, I'll match you guys up good in 2017, and I'll make you have big fights. I'll make you have jobber fights in 2018. In 2019, I'll have you have good fights again. 2020, we're gonna take a break. Like, nah, enough of that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's disappointing that Callum Smith unfortunately faltered slightly, and this weekend. But let's say that was just maybe an aberration. It's like this is just one's like either he wasn't ready for it, or he was undertrained, overtrained, whatever.
Chill with the overrated talk. Just let's wait for a little more evidence. Like,
right.
He get another performance like this right after this one, regardless of the opponent, then we might could start talking that. But until then, I'm gonna just say he just lost this one, and hopefully he rematch or he turn it around. Or don't give him a big fight. He get a rematch, he might get his ass whooped even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was pretty much begging for a big fight in that damn interview.
He was. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I think we talked about enough about that fight. So
for the record, I had the Callum fight a draw. 115, 113 I could see as well for Ryder. They got to flip between that two, but really, Callum didn't win that, really.
Yeah, no. Yeah. That's something that I think we're all in agreement. Callum Smith didn't win this fight at all.
That's why a draw would have probably been the best bet, like, where everybody could have kind of just, where Ryder would have got some type of credit for his work. Smith kind of rightfully holds on to his titles, and we all could just forget about this shit. But now it's like the next Smith fight, this performance is gonna be in the back of my head, like, and Ryder, I'm gonna be like, damn, like, does he have another performance like that?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and he may too, but I mean, this is probably one of the things. Is just like sometimes you can't be, sometimes you can't fight for the decision. Sometimes you've got to put fades on. Like you gotta run that fade. That you really gotta try to end this fight on your terms. True. So
I mean, he tried in the later rounds. He was really like landing some good ones, but I mean. You talk about a 5'7", 5'8" guy, putting hands on a 6'3", like, which is bad enough, like. But I feel you, man. We all want knockouts, but sometimes they just don't happen. That's why these fucking judges need to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
But I digress, man. Shout out to John Ryder for a good performance, man. Ring ain't seen it.
Right. Definitely. So yeah, you get mad props for your performance, man. Like I said, you fought your heart out, and you, like I said, in ours, you won that shit. So yeah, kudos. We'll get the other fight. There was another fight card this weekend. One that was kind of swallowed by, the Callum Smith fight, and then also what we're gonna talk about later, the Wilder Ortiz 2 fight.
Sandwiched in.
Sandwich, swallowed. It was a lot of things, bro.
It tried to fight its way out though, because it had enough fades.
That's facts, sure facts. And we're talking about the Andrew Cancio fight versus Alvarado. Was it? Yeah, it was Rene. I think that's how you pronounce it. I always forget if it's Rene or Rene or whatever. But whatever. So it was a rematch. Because the first fight was won by Cancio, and then that was like an upset when he won. And then, of course, Cancio would go on to beat Machado for the WBA super featherweight title, the legit super featherweight title, by the way.
Not a GameStop belt, not the Ford belt, not the ice cream belt,
not no damn Leo Santa Cruz belt either. The real champion is through them. Machado, which he lost his belt to Cancio. And Cancio, you can tell, and he was able to repeat his win over Machado, but you could tell the frustration because he was given the secondary status, and for some odd reason by the WBA, and they haven't changed that. And he was getting frustrated because, you would think like after some time they would try to unify those belts. Like he was willing. He was like, dog, just match me up with the other WBA champion, to legitimize his title. They weren't doing that. So, we have Alvarado, who is, I think he won his mandatory. And most of us thought that Cancio would just repeat his performance. Man.
Alvarado's not bad. He could box, but Cancio just, he fights like he can't be denied.
Right. Yeah, no, but unfortunately that Cinderella run that Cancio had, that shit came to an end in violent fashion. Like literally from
Alvarado didn't want to be denied.
Hell no. Alvarado was like, it's like, motherfucker, I am going to be champion. I'm going to take it out on your ass. Like,
now that's how you start a rematch.
Yeah, like he wasted no time. Like they were throwing hands. Like Alvarado, and what was surprising was Alvarado was consistently getting the better of these punches. Like, Cancio eventually got busted up over the eye, I believe, and his nose was bleeding, stuff like that.
Alvarado was like throwing like 6-7 punch combinations. Like he was just ringing them off, like doing that little Sugar Ray Leonard shuffle with them shit.
Hell yeah, like he practicing
drills. And a conveyor belt of punches, man. It was just rolling them out.
Yeah, that shit was. Like, it was something else, man. That shit was just, that was an incredible performance. And like I said, Alvarado tried. I mean, not Alvarado. Cancio tried, but I think like before the penultimate round, they were like, we'll give you one round, bro. If you don't show us anything, you get. And and pretty much Alvarado, he put a exclamation point by beating Cancio senseless.
And Cancio had his moments, but it just because he rocked Alvarado a couple times. Like he was landing some hard shots back on Alvarado. Like in their exchanges, there was a few where he would push Alvarado back, but it just Alvarado would just come back and would throw like 7 more. Where it's like all Cancio's good work would just be overwhelmed. It's like it'll be nullified and then it's just pushed back to the point it's meaningless because Alvarado's just still running them.
Yeah, like he made Cancio go to fight him in the center of the ring and trade, and he was winning that. And then Cancio, when he tried to box and try to fight off his back foot, he got walked down and got more face.
He was clean one like over the top. Damn,
them right hands,
it was just everything.
I mean, that was. I mean, offensively, I mean, you won't see a better like a consistent offensive attack like that from opening bell. Like there was in that type of one-sided fashion, like and
that's the thing is like the fight. I would say like after the 5th round, that's when the fight truly got one-sided.
Yeah, it was
like because it was a one-sided. It was a competitive one-side until the 5th. After the 5th round, it was just like okay, Alvarado the whole way. Like damn, like and it's like you hate to see a hard-working guy like Cancio lose so brutally, but. Yeah, boxing, man. What comes around goes around, and he did it. He won the first one.
Yeah, he did. So congrats to congrats to Alvarado. For picking up that secondary title.
A great fight.
Great fight. Yeah, exactly. Great fight. And
I'm gonna say this, Pat. If you could magically just replace this fight with the Leo Santa Cruz fight, you would have had a perfect card.
Exactly. Facts.
Perfect card. You would have got everything you wanted.
Exactly, man. And like I said, the Golden Boy DAZN cards have low-key been gold this year. Like, I mean, Golden Boy has, just been working with the matchmaking. Well, not surprising. Golden Boy matchmaking is actually pretty good. I mean, there's nothing. So, I mean, that's not a big.
But this is the thing. They match up their lesser fighters better than they do their marquees, man. That's the shit that be killing me, man.
Right.
Like why they don't put the effort and make a whole Golden Boy event that's entertaining like this? Instead, they get all Hollywood and be on some bullshit when it's time to roll out a Canelo fight. Like, I just don't get it.
I think part of this Oscars probably indulging in things that kind of mess up his judgment.
Damn, his plug ain't get that RICO charge yet. Shit.
Oh man. But that fight was everything. It was extremely watchable for, and just wish that it got the attention that it deserved. And I mean, there was another one, the co-main event too. Zhu Ken, who holds another regular belt at featherweight for WBA, versus Manny Robles 3. And I'm not gonna talk too much about the fight, other than I'm gonna say it's worth the watch. If anything, for the insane volume punching from Zhu Ken. Like, I mean, the first time I seen him fight was earlier this year, because Zhu fought a damn near fight of the year, against Rojas in January, I believe. And the volume punching was crazy. This one, I think he upped the ante. Dude, in 12 rounds, threw from Copy about 1,562 punches. that broke the featherweight record. I don't know what the previous record was, but that broke it. I mean, dude was averaging probably roughly around 130 something punches around.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I only saw clips. I'm gonna try to see it when I get a chance, but from the little clips I was seeing, it's like dude was just ringing off punches, like
yeah.
Like there's like no dead air.
Yeah, no, like Dukan is not. I mean, he only has like 3 knockouts, but he makes it hard for niggas to actually put him to outwork him. You know, because most of them resign, like Robles, after some time resign to just catching work to try to at least land at least 1 or 2. But Dukan will just reach that and like do, like 1 2, 1 2 3, 1 2 1, 1 2 4 3, all types of shit, nigga. Those are the type of combinations that he was rattling off. And Robles was just like, you could see him like, he was exasperated when the decision was being read. Like when he heard, I think it was like the 120, 108 or something like that. This motherfucker, you could tell like he mouthed that shit and he was like, his eyes were rolling. Like he like pretty much, he knew he got whooped. But yeah, like Dukan, you know, he might be a problem at super featherweight. But yeah, I would say like watch that fight. Like the work rate, the body punching is absolutely interesting. Like, you know, of course, which LC one was more interesting. We'll get to that. But the whole Cancio, Alvarado card is definitely worth a watch. And hopefully that the zone it's going by a little bit more careful. You know, if you want people to watch cards like that, you know, you gotta not put it on days that they have a huge card. You know,
unfortunately, 2 huge cards.
Yeah, well, at least England is in the afternoon, so you know that. So that's perfectly fine. You know, that's 1-2 shit. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah.
You know, but
international boxing, domestic fight, yeah.
Exactly.
But no excuse for the Wilder fight. That fight was damn scheduled for how long?
Right.
What y'all doing over there, man? Like, come on.
Yeah, like I mean, there was definitely other weekends where there wasn't shit going on or whatever. That fight could have been, you know,
like the last weekend.
Yeah, like that shit. That could have been moved. You know what I mean? You know, but yeah, because even then, like I said, even when you read some of the reports on there, like you could tell either people didn't watch it because Wilder and Ortiz got all the attention, and it's a shame. You know, so while full recommendation to catch, man, you will not be disappointed. Straight up. So yeah, now that we got those fights out of the way, now it's time for the main event.